Today I'm going to show y'all how to change your brake pads. You could also, I'm not going to do the rotors, but you could do it too. It's not that hard. So you just jack up the car like I did, take off the wheel, and there is two 14 millimeters. There's this one right here, and then there's this one right here. So top and bottom. So the calipers, and I took it out already, but because I took this one out. So once you take this one out, this is gonna open up. Don't only take one out. Don't take both out. That way it stays on, and you just open it. I prefer to leave this one on and take this one out, but I took this one out because I was having trouble taking both of them off. But it was easier because I had to use this 16 millimeter right here to grab this, to grab that. Oh, it doesn't want to go in anymore. There's this other one over here. So how do you put that one like that, and then use this to take the bolt off, which is gonna. I also went and bought. So this is the one that comes off, but they are not grade 8, so they're not the highest quality. And as you've seen in the forums, these tend to break a lot. So I went to my local bolt store and I bought these grade 8. These are a lot stronger, all 4 of them. And I bought a washer, comes along. So I'm gonna replace them. So I took this one off, and since I already have it off, I put the brake pad. So you just take off the brake pads, they're in here, you just pull them out. One here and then the other one over here. Pull those out, and I put one right here. And then you go to any parts store and buy this brake piston puller kit, or you just put it in there and you twist it, and it pushes the piston back inside. So you're gonna have space to put your new brake pads in. So you do this until it's all the way in. Those new brake pads you're gonna put in are gonna be thick, and your old ones are probably already slim because they were used out already, so they're not as thick. So you're gonna push the piston back in. So I put this bolt back on top, and I'm gonna take the bottom one off so I can show you guys. So you see how I have that one in there, and then the other one, because when you twist that one, the whole bolt just moves instead of loosening it. That's why you have to put on it to 11/16. You have to put this one in here, and also has to be these thin ones, because those thick ones won't fit in there. It has to be these thin ones, and you're gonna put it in there. You're gonna hold one while you loosen this, pull this one. Okay, so now that I took this one off from right here, you can lift this, and that's how I would have done it from the start. And then take the brake pads out, push the piston inside, and then you take these off, the little brake kits, the pad hardware, that's what it's called. Kind of hard doing it with one hand, but you use your 2 hands and you take it out. You clean them. And then over here on this one, so what you do is you pull this bolt out. It doesn't want to come out. Push this bushing in. bushing is really in holding that. There we go. So now that you pull this out, you are gonna loop this. You're gonna loop these. If you take both out, you lube them. The guy that did my brakes last time, he didn't have the lube to lube these, so these kind of got sticky, and they're not supposed to do that. So where's my lube? Oh, here it is. I have this, bought this on Amazon. Pretty good deal. Comes with the brush, and you use these for this and the hardware. You're gonna lube up the hardware and the contact points, like right here where the brake pads go, right here, and then right here where on the actual pad where it contacts this metal part right here, and then on the back as well. So I'm gonna lube these up right here. I'm gonna be putting in these Hawk HPS's. They're high performance street pads. Got them on Amazon on a sale for, I believe it was like 86 bucks. They're usually like $115, I think. And it comes with a sticker, boy. Hell yeah. Anyways, this is how they look. Some thick boys. And they didn't come with the hardware set. They didn't come with the hardware set. So from my old ones, these old ones, you're gonna take off this little metal thing. This, and then you're just gonna plop it in the new one. I have it backwards. Like that. And then you're gonna put lube right here on the metal. The hardware set. Hardware. Put some lube right here. You can see this is where the ring, the piston hits it and squeezes it to stop. Put lube all the way right here, so it doesn't squeak later on. And then so I'm gonna go ahead and put some lube in that. Lube that bad boy up. That, just put some dabs right around the circle, because I do not want it to be squeaking. And then you just lift this. Let me lift that up. Oh, can't do it. Anyways, so as you can see, I took the hardware right there, took it out, cleaned it with this brush. Where is this brush at? I lost the brush. Cleaned it with this brush, and then put lube right there on all the metal contact points where the brake pad's gonna sit, and put them back in. And all you have to do is you put lube on both of these, and absolutely do not put lube where the brake pad is actually gonna touch. There can't be no lube on the rotor and this, because then you're not gonna be able to brake, and it's just gonna slide and you're gonna hit something. So the lube only goes on the outside, not on the pad. That's common sense, so don't do that. And then you just plop it back in, put those back in, close it, put the two bolts back on the back, and you're done. And if you were to change the rotors, you just pop these, you just pull them. Since these are, I put them in new, there's just no rust. Well, there's some rust, but they're not rusted in, so these could easily come out. Usually when they're really old, you have to get a hammer and then just hit them. Try this way, hitting them this way, so it can make them pop out, because usually the rust gets them stuck. But you just get them out and then you put your new rotors in. That's it. Well, I also forgot, you also put that top hardware kit from the old one, so they didn't come in. So get out from the old one and put it here. So what this does is, once the brake pad gets too thin, it should make a noise to let you know when we push it in. So push, kind of did it when I took it out. Anyways, when the brake pad gets too thin, this is gonna hit and it's gonna make a noise, which is gonna let you know it's time to change your brake pads again. So once you loop this to the backside, put it in, and then once you put the brake pads in, put those 2 bolts back in, the 14mm ones, boom, tighten it. I had to tighten it with using 2 things, those 2 right there, one holding this so it doesn't spin while tightening the bolt. And then once you tighten both, put the wheel back on, and then you're done. You tighten up the wheel lugs, you're done. If you're gonna do the rotor, like you said, you would have to hammer this out with the hammer. Sometimes it gets stuck with the corrosion. Once you hammer it, pushing it this way, it loose and you just pull it out. Oh, but before you can pull it out, there is 2 17mm bolts that are somewhere over here that are holding this entire caliper system. Once you take those off, you take off the caliper, and it's gonna be hanging by the wire. Do not let it hang. Put like a bucket right here, so you can set this on the bucket, like right here, or something, so you don't put line on this. You don't want to break the brake line. Once you take off the caliper, then you could hammer the rotor out, put your new rotor in, and then you put back the 2 bolts that hold the caliper, and then you do the brake pad thing, and then you're done.